Hanji, is there anything you actually can do?
Oh my god.
You know something I don't, then let's hear it! If you've got something up your sleeve, then tell me what it is!
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 4, Episode 10 of Attack on Titan, A Sound Argument.
This sounds like the episode where Eren tries to argue with them.
Oh, really?
Okay. Eren specifically probably trying to tell them why he did what he did.
Seems like there's going to be an argument this episode.
I'm saying Eren. Eren was the key part of that sentence, okay?
I know. I agree.
All right. Last episode, we learned about what happened in between the events at the end of Season 3 and the beginning of Season 4. Any thoughts before we jump into this episode?
I gotta know more about Zeke.
That could be the argument, too.
That's also true.
Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you've been enjoying this series and are excited for more episodes moving forward. We release episodes every Thursday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but if you can't wait and want to watch several episodes ahead, including the rest of Season 4 Part 1, check out the Patreon linked in the description below where these episodes are already posted in their extended, uncut, ad-free forms. Also, comment down below which anime you want us to watch next. We are choosing between Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Death Note, and Demon Slayer, and the plan is to watch the first episode of each of those shows and take into account the voting of all the comments below each post and see which episode does the best and then decide which show we want to watch next. I think that's about it. Are we excited for Season 4, Episode 10 of Attack on Titan?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
Okay.
So fight.
Bricks.
Eren. Was Eren in prison?
Just fight.
I think he might be.
What are you doing?
Yep.
I mean, you're clearly muttering to yourself while staring at your reflection. But how come? You just that bored, or... Hey, you said, so fight, just fight.
He looks
right?
pretty good, gotta say.
But when you say, so fight, just fight, who is it you're wanting to fight? I noticed that you said fight twice. Does that mean you'll fight 2 fights, or 1 fight with 2 rounds? Your silence isn't helping your case. I mean, why would you talk to yourself but then ignore another person? This doesn't seem normal at all to me. I've never chatted up my mirror before.
For real?
But on a brighter note, I'm loving your new hairstyle.
She's talking to
the
future
disheveled
self,
look makes
or?
a statement. It's like you can't be bothered to deal with it, cause you're busy working so hard.
What did you come here to do?
What do you mean? I came here to talk. The first time we met, we spent all night talking about Titans, remember?
Good evening, Team
Oh,
Levi.
yay.
Commander Hanji, I think I should hear about these experiments in greater detail.
Yeah.
He wants to know.
Yes, I want to know everything.
Oh.
Though
Way
looking
back when.
I guess you just listened. As I rambled about my research. I had faith in you. I trusted that you would never sacrifice Astoria.
Season 4, Episode 10, A Sound Argument.
69.
I knew you were going to. God. Back to the past
Eren.
again.
It's been a year now. I haven't seen you since you picked up our whole ship. I look forward to working beside you.
Too bad. You won't be working with Eren directly. This meeting is as far as we're willing to go.
Because he's their only
More
hope.
than enough for me. This is an auspicious day.
She sees him as
The
a
port's
god.
complete at last, and we're about to welcome our first foreign visitors. From the soul nation that's friendly to Paradis, Hizuru. Their
The Eastern
special
Oh,
Fleet.
envoy
wow.
is
Yeah.
Kiyomi Azuma Bito.
This is the same person who was in the... Oh, I just put something together. So this is the person that when Udo spilled the wine on her...
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
she was working with the Eldians. the
No
whole time.
way.
They have a
Okay.
radio so they can communicate. Oh my god.
Very cool.
Wow.
All right.
The other thing is, I remember there was a shot where she was walking away from people at the festival.
Now then, let's get out of here.
Was she even in the crowd? Like, did she know that was gonna happen? Who knows?
Do you happen to recognize this family crest?
That shape.
Yeah, you should show it to them.
You think? But Mom told me that I should keep it a secret.
You showed it to me back when we were just kids. This could be the whole reason she gave it to you. Go on.
Is this where Mikasa, her family's from?
Before she died.
Wow.
My mom gave me this mark to match one she had herself. And she asked me to pass it down to my own children.
A noble deed befitting your lineage. Over a century ago, Hizuru Shogun was an ally of the Eldian Empire.
Wow.
We Azumabitos trace our lineage back to a son who was on good terms with King Fritz and often visited here. After the Great Titan War, our once proud nation was left defeated and in disarray. And amidst the chaos and confusion, a child fathered by the Shogun's heir was somehow left behind on this island. You are the only direct descendant of the family that once led our nation.
Wow.
But simply you are Hizuru's hope.
Oh my goodness. Is she royalty?
Keep saying the word nation.
It seems like it.
Mikasa? I don't know if it's royal because there might not be a monarchy.
That's true.
But they're in the leader.
The leadership
They're related to the
role.
leader, the shogun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
Dang. Who
They
would've
really
thought-
kept that secret for such a long time.
Kept the mark secret?
Mm-hmm.
Well, fun fact, they didn't animate it in the first 3 seasons, and everybody was like, where's her tattoo? Where's her tattoo? And then finally they added it to season 4.
Gotcha.
And I think their explanation was keep it hidden.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, but wow.
I wonder how she's going to deal with that.
Yeah.
This is going to be another thing that just splits up the trio, I feel like.
Shocker.
Keep saying the word nation. I still don't understand it.
What matters is
Oh,
that
they don't
this
have
gives us
nations.
leverage over Hizuru.
Unless it's a trap, that is.
Right. Perhaps we should ask Yelena's opinion.
They have to be so skeptical.
Yeah, for real.
No, that's exactly what they want us to do.
We're sure of one thing at least. In this world that our new port has connected us to, we may as well be a tottering child learning to walk. For now, let's keep quiet and learn what we can from our guests.
I've always loved Pixis's voice
So
of
that
reason.
symbol, why'd you only show it to Eren? You've always worn that wrist strap. I've never seen you take it off.
That's because,
Hey, you're in a good mood.
Of course I am. Seems our ancestors were friends. They've left us both with heavy burdens to bear. But I couldn't have asked for a more perfect match than you.
Oh, that's cute.
Glad we're getting to see Historia.
This is a historic day for both our nations, and it's worth noting that this day would never have come if
Wow,
not
they're
for
having
the man
diplomatic
who brought us
relations.
together. I'm speaking, of course, of Zeke Yeager. We conversed with him in secret, and before he would agree to facilitate this meeting, he negotiated with us on behalf of your island. We discussed more than Lady Mikasa.
So that was,
Lady Mikasa.
yeah.
Take a look
nice.
at this.
That's odd.
The
Do you
Odium gear he
recognize
took.
this? It's top secret in Marley. Well, as you may know, this omnidirectional mobility
How does
gear
she
is
know
an
about it?
anti-Titan weapon made in Paradis. This piece doesn't belong to Marley. I procured it myself. Please consider it a gift. I ought to mention, though, it does need a special type of fuel to operate. It's exceedingly rare. They're calling it iceburst stone. It's only ever been mined in Paradis, so very little is known about it. That said,
That's
you
cool.
should be able
Yeah.
to find traces of it inside that apparatus.
Zeke Yeager's proposal was that we ally with and assist Paradis in exchange for access to a resource that could return our nation to its former
The fossil
glory.
fuel.
It's a rather tempting offer. Thus, while we're aware that he made this offer without surveying your reserves, we suspect that in this modern era, a treasure like Iceburst Stone could change the world and generate a fortune in the process.
sounds like that's Hizuru's real hope.
Can we not do that, please?
Yelena
Yeah.
did say that negotiations would go well because the Azumabitos are money grubbers.
This is a dangerous island to visit. I doubt anyone would take the risk if there weren't money to be made.
That's fair.
Hold on. So Zeke Yeager asked you to assist us? What would you assist us with?
As I'm sure you're aware, he's concocted a plan to protect Eldia and the world. We're here because this plan can only succeed with Hizuru's assistance. It calls for a 3-point course of action which would allow you to defend yourselves with your so-called rumbling. This would begin with a test run of the rumbling. You would unleash a fraction of the Titans in your walls, enough to display their destructive potential for all the world to see. That will buy you time with which to modernize and strengthen your army so as to render the rumbling unnecessary. You're 100 years behind the rest of the world. Hizuru will help you catch up. Until then, you must be able to shake the earth by maintaining the founding Titan and having a Titan of royal blood. That's
So
the
they
third
need
point
Zeke.
of this plan.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke will pass on the Beast Titan to an individual who has royal blood, and that person must spend the
Historia.
15
Historia,
years they'll
yeah.
have left, bearing as many children as possible.
Even if we get advanced weapons,
Oh.
will we really stop needing the rumbling? If we choose to rely on it, we'll have to continue the practice of Titan inheritance for generations.
Oh.
I see how it could protect us for the time being, but is that enough of an excuse for us to push this problem onto our descendants? Of course it isn't.
That's a
And
pretty
yet-
harsh reality.
I understand. And I'm ready. If the rumbling is essential to our survival, I'll do my part. I'm willing to inherit the Beast Titan from Zeke Yeager.
Whoa. That's...
Historia.
And she's like fully in charge.
If Zeke's plan is to buy our salvation, at the price of broken walls, trampled lands, and children bred to be slaughtered like livestock, then I say he can go to hell and take his sick little plan with him.
Whoa.
Staking our survival on the threat of the rumbling is a dangerous move. So before we commit to it, we should try to find another way. Let's
And
use what
Eren's
time we
saying
have to look at our options.
Without even considering Historia.
I felt the same sense of urgency that
Whoa.
you did, Eren. That said, I still
What
don't get
changed?
why you acted on your own. You pushed our island into a war we aren't ready to fight. Why? Did you stop caring about Historia?
I've taken the Warhammer Titan's power. Its hardening ability allows me to build structures from thin air, or carve them into earth and stone. Which means you can never build a prison deep or strong enough to hold me in against my will. I can leave this cell anytime I want. And since I have the Founding Titan, you can't kill me. You might threaten to kill Zeke, but that's not a real option either. So tell me, Hanji, is there anything you actually can do?
Oh my
If you know
god.
something I don't, then let's hear it! If you've got something up your sleeve, then tell me what it is!
Whoa, whoa.
Hands off, you
What?
pervert! Ever the rebellious teen, huh? Grow up, idiot!
Wow. Okay.
Did he just like half threaten transforming? Like,
I think he did threaten transforming.
but what I mean is like he started to transform.
Then tell me what it is!
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. So Eren, he's still not giving any answers as to
very,
why
very
he did what
different
he
person.
did. But okay, I thought it was when he touched Historia's hand. He still was kind of a little bit himself in the 3 years following.
Yeah.
What changed?
Something big had to have happened.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing is he's staying in jail of his own volition.
Dang, but Eren is scary.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
This is the one time you bet on the wrong horse. Why did you ever think that I could be commander?
Oh. And Hanji was trying to be nice, honestly.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Historia.
come in, Historia? You need to take better care of yourself.
Whoa.
What?
Historia's pregnant. She didn't seem very happy.
If no one else will say it, then I will. We should have stuck with our plan and fed Zeke to Historia as soon as he got to the island. We'd all be safer if we had. Ha! But we let her do as she pleased, and so she got pregnant. Then again, what did we expect? I mean, she's an up-jump bastard who's queen in name alone.
Oh.
Yikes.
She's not queen in name alone.
Queen has every right to choose a partner for herself. He's been checked out, so we know he's not anyone's lackey. He's someone she knows. Apparently, they grew up in the same area. As a kid, he'd throw rocks at the Queen because she wouldn't leave her farm. He must have wanted her to notice him. He said that when she opened her orphanage, he started working there out of guilt. I believe him. He worked hard and kept his head down for years there. She approached him in the end.
She doesn't seem super happy, though.
Damn about their love story.
Well, she knows she's.
Look, what I'm
We also know
concerned
you're not
about
going to be
is why
around to
the
raise
girl
your kids.
selfishly decided to get herself knocked up when she did. And I think I've got a good guess. Somebody told her that it would stop us from turning her into a Titan. I bet it was that turncoat Yelena. The giantess is nuts, but she's smart too, and that's a dangerous combination.
Oh God.
Just
Who
put
is
a
this
baby in
dude?
the queen and Zeke Yeager gets to live another day.
Rogue, you've had too much.
If we were smart, we'd
You
still
think?
do it. Turn her into a titan whether she's pregnant or not.
Oh
That would
God.
probably kill
Okay.
the child. And if miscarrying kills the queen too, we're doomed. It's too risky. Giving birth poses a threat to her life as it is.
That's a perfectly sound argument that could bring our country to ruin. Hey, Marley, get us another bottle.
As you wish, sir. Great. Piccolo. You should recommend this one.
That was ominous.
That was very ominous.
Hey!
What the heck was with that one? Wait, I want to look at the label. It looks to be in Marleyan handwriting. Like that looks like the language.
Yeah.
What could that wine be? Is it poison?
Poison.
Yeah, well, maybe that's it.
Well, that's a little bit too obvious.
Hey! Is this really
Oh, so they're making a
something they
railroad
needed
system.
us
Mm-hmm.
to do?
Nope.
Yeah, why wouldn't a Titan...
Hired someone. If that idiot hadn't opened his mouth and volunteered our help, we can develop the island and our muscles at the same time, my ass.
Well, we don't have much else to do except wait for Hizuru's answer.
Uh-huh. Hopefully, with their help, we can win some friends in this world.
Oh my goodness.
Very
It
strong.
might be a long shot, but it could be an alternative to the rumbling, and that could save Historia from suffering.
That's true.
Whew! It can't be easy
CGI?
working your butts off when it's this.
Wait, what was CGI?
The ants?
I don't think so.
No?
It
Nope.
can't be easy
Ah,
working your butts
okay.
off when it's this hot out.
Yeah, well, we have to be here to watch over this moron, right?
You brats got taller. It's like you're sprouting up just to spite me.
Hear anything from Hizuru yet?
That's why we're here.
That's
the
funny.
Azumabito's replied.
What'd they say?
It's no good. Hizuru either can't or won't help us with this. Makes sense. Hizuru has a monopoly on any resources that we want to export right now. So why would they ever help us trade with other countries? From what I hear, the world's major powers want Paradis to be the root of all evil. We're the shared foe that helps bring them together.
Oh.
Their hatred for us promotes global stability.
Oh no.
Then, do we have to rely on the rumbling? Do we have
Maybe
no
this is
choice
what
but to
changed.
sacrifice Historia?
That's right.
So what? The world's decided that we're devils, regardless of what our intentions are? They can't want us to repeat the past, so
Judging
why
by the
would they
haircut,
consider
this is
peace?
recently.
Yeah.
Probably. Because they don't know better. They don't know anything about us, and that makes them afraid.
I agree. Our neighbors across the sea won't trust people whose faces they've never seen. So let's sail out and meet them. If they don't know anything about us, then we'll just have to teach them. That's what we scouts always do, right?
The plan is to infiltrate Marley and set up a base there, huh?
I like it. Hanji has a plan for everything, am I right? It's exciting. We'll all get to chow down on food from a distant land.
Yeah. Wonder what we should pack. Hope that foreign food doesn't give us the runs.
We'll need to pack some antacids, a toothbrush, and a taste of home.
Did you even hear Hanji's plan?
If we can just find a way to convince the world that all we want is peace, maybe our situation will change.
He literally... Knowing what already has happened makes
a little
this
bit
fragile.
naive.
More time
Yeah.
left. My time will be up in just over 5 years. We need to make a decision soon
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
about who to give my Titan to.
Well,
I
it's
think it
multiple
should be
Titans,
me.
too, so it's
No,
a big...
not an
She
option.
can't.
We don't even know
Or
if
can
Ackermans
she?
are
No, she
able
can.
to turn
Yeah,
into
she totally could.
Titans. And even if you could, Hizuru would be furious about it. You're their long-lost
Well,
heir,
yeah, they don't know
remember?
about Ackermans.
It can't be you for more reasons than I can count.
Who do you think it should be?
This guy. First of all,
That
I'm
actually
a whole
does kinda
lot
make
smarter
sense.
than Eren. We replaced this suicidal maniac with a gifted leader who shows good judgment in all situations. A rare specimen who can perform whatever duty is required.
And humble.
I don't much like getting his hand-me-downs. But hey, I'm the best candidate we've got.
Sure, except we can't afford to lose someone that valuable after just 13 years, moron. You should aim to become the regiment's next commander. I'll inherit Eren's Titan myself. Yeah,
That should work, right?
Connie.
No, that won't work at all. You're way too much of an idiot. Use your head, Connie. This is a really important duty, and we can't entrust it to someone who's slow like you.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You really get my goat sometimes. I'll inherit it, okay? I'm an experienced veteran, and I've proven that I'm
Sasha
someone
kind
you
of
can
is a
rely on.
logical pick.
By process of elimination, you've got to use me.
Yeah.
You guys.
I get that I have to, but still, I really don't wanna.
Sasha, wait. You're not making any sense.
Huh?
I mean, you know, we can't give his Titan to an idiot. You just told me that. But think,
Said right
you're
back
more of an
at ya.
idiot than me, which means you just contradicted yourself, right?
Huh?
Huh?
I'm not planning on handing it down to any of you.
Why not?
It's not really his
Because
call,
you're
is it?
important to me.
Yeah.
More than anyone else. I hope.
Yeah, he can't just give them a death sentence.
Oh. That's the worst part about this, is that
Yeah.
becoming powerful is literally a death sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Hold on! What are you turning red for? The hell kind of mood are you trying to set here?
Oh, Eren got all
Sean,
emotional.
It's just the sunset.
Little
That's
blush.
what's making our faces red.
Oh, right. That
It's
makes
sad
sense.
what's
There's nothing
become
to
of
be
them
done.
now. Was that a romantic look?
I mean, everyone was blushing, so there's no real way to
There's
tell.
like no romance in this show, really.
Nice.
Oh, and now knowing what she first said to him, like, come home.
So
like,
Pixis detained the volunteers? Such a strong-arm tactic. It's hard to believe he'd go that far.
Okay, so we're back to the present.
Built good working relationships with a lot of us scouts, so our regiment wasn't notified in advance.
That said, I doubt Pixis had much choice. Because until we understand Zeke's real intentions, his presence here puts us in a tough spot.
Because he could be working with them.
Decide to go with his plan. Him and Zeke must have talked, but what was said?
Wait. When Zeke showed up, the guy who's the cook wasn't detained. Is that wine?
He was on a very short leash.
The wine, is that a Zeke plan? That seems like a jump, but like he just showed
It
up.
has to mean something.
The wine is significant. That's
Yeah.
gotta mean something. It's so fun getting to theorize now. But what are your thoughts?
He could have been in the dungeons cooking and then brought out to recommend wine. Just because he's recommending wine doesn't necessarily mean that he's in a different situation than the rest of the volunteers.
Gotcha. Okay. I just think that seems like an odd coincidence. I don't know.
It definitely does.
I wonder what made Eren decide to go with his plan.
Yeah.
Him and Zeke must have talked, but what was said? Well, no one knows except for them.
Hey, did that guy look like Eren when you all saw him? Because if you ask me, that wasn't Eren. And if whoever that was is capable of picking his half-brother over us, then...
If he is, then what?
Then I say, we'll need to be prepared to cut him down ourselves if
I
necessary.
won't let you!
Oh.
Are you
They're thinking
taking
of
their
plotting
side too,
against
Mikasa?
Eren.
Come on.
I don't think it'll come to that. Eren cares about us more than anyone else. Everyone here should know that. Maybe that's why he's become so combative towards anyone who isn't one of us. It's because his feelings are so strong.
No, that isn't it. He's always seen your strength, but the Eren that we used to know would still try to keep you away from the front lines. But he used you in that battle, sent Armin to destroy that port. He called the rest of us important too, and he used us just the same.
But maybe that's just because he trusts us. I mean, if we hadn't helped him, his plan would have failed.
That's true.
Yeah, and Sasha would be alive right now.
Oh.
Hey, what do you think Eren did when I told him she had died? Do you think he cried? Or
He
showed some
laughed.
regret, maybe?
Connie.
Upon rewatch, it was a laugh.
Bastard laughed.
No.
I wonder what part of our friend's death that it was. That he found so damn amusing. Why don't you explain, Mikasa? Why did Eren start laughing?
He kind of does that whenever there's trauma.
Right? We need to talk to him. Just Eren, me.
Okay, just one little note. I think the psych major can say if this is valid or not. Eren, back when Hannes was eaten by the Smiling Titan, started laughing too.
Yeah, lots of people laugh in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
Laughing at a funeral, it's not unheard of whatsoever. It doesn't mean that you think it's interesting or like you're a fucked up person. Like, it's just you're uncomfortable and you don't know what to do and you just laugh out of discomfort.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
We need to talk to him. Just Eren, Mikasa, and me.
Oh
We'll give him
boy.
a chance to explain his goal.
Are you sure that'll help? Tell me, what if his goals are the same as Zeke's?
The volunteers gave us Titan serum, so we have a choice now.
Wait, what are you saying?
We can choose to turn someone who we can trust into a Titan, and then have them inherit the founder from Eren.
And the Warhammer and the attack. Now Eren's
they would
just
be
a
betraying
powerhouse.
Eren.
Wait, was that the wine?
Mm-hmm.
That was the wine.
That's the same wine with the same label.
Yep.
Good stuff.
What is up with it? He's got a plan at work.
All right.
All right. To be continued. That's where we're left for this episode. Wow. Another episode setting up a lot, but wow.
We need to be decisive to make use of our victory. It will
Some
be
people are
Eren
probably
Yeager
agreeing.
who leads this nation. Please see reason and release him at once.
Yeah. You might just be right about that.
I'm still thinking about that wine. What could it be?
I mean, there's so much that exists in like the other countries and nations that we don't know about that they could be utilizing.
That's true. But like, what other than poison? Like, what would
Truth serum.
We are just connected.
The same person.
Any thoughts before we jump into the discussion?
I mean, this is just heartbreaking, but I think answering questions will make me feel better.
Yep. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you are excited for more Attack on Titan moving forward. We come out with episodes every Thursday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with our next episode coming this Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't wait and want to watch that episode along with the rest of Season 4 Part 1 right now, check out the Patreon linked in the description below where all those episodes are already posted. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's go to the episode verdict.
Thank you for watching that episode. For now, we're going to go to questions given to us by our amazing Patreon members. Now let's go to question 1. Mark B92 asks, Zeke has been negotiating with Hizuru, coming up with plans to protect Paradis Island, connected Mikasa with the royalty on Hizuru, and introduced the anti-Marleyan volunteers to Paradis. Do you think Zeke has ulterior motives for helping Paradis Island?
He's done too much good to have an ulterior motive, and he's done too much evil to not have an ulterior motive. So, I don't know.
I think what I know for certain, this is not his real plan. There is more to the plan that he is not discerning. And I think something involves that wine, to be clear.
Yeah.
I think he probably brought it. Like, that makes me, it popped up right when he got there, and it has the label from Marley. I think he brought it. I don't know what's happening with that. Potentially poison. That feels too right there.
Yeah.
My thinking is
maybe sleeping
I think
drugs.
I think an objective fact is he wants to help Paradis. He wants to help Eldia. What I'm thinking is, if there's an ulterior motive, it's him taking out the people in charge and him leading Eldia. Well, he's about to die.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing this for Marley.
He's definitely not doing it for Marley.
It's not as clear cut as it looks right now, I don't think.
Definitely. Now, what is that wine?
I think it might be a sleeping drug. Allow him to escape potentially.
I just had an idea.
Yeah.
There's one flaw in it. When Rod Rice licked the Titan serum, he turned into a Titan. My thought was, what if there's Titan serum in the wine?
No.
Well, because here's the thing. The issue is they would all transform on impact. But if not, here's my question. How did Zeke transform the people in the air? Parachuting.
Screaming.
Could Zeke just scream in Paradis and everybody changes? Or is there a catalyst?
There's definitely something there.
Because, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100%.
Otherwise, couldn't Zeke literally just yell at and they don't know he has that power. That's my only thinking. But the issue is, if they ingested it, they would turn immediately because that's what happened with Rod Rice. I think that's a little bit of a reach. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But let's go to question 2.
All right, Ezra Nichols asks, comparing the flashback of the gang in the wagon to present day, how is is Eren different? What could have changed Eren so much that he either completely changed his method or his motives? Also, what did you think of Jean's stylish hat in the wagon flashback?
Talk about what changed Eren. Yeah, back in that wagon, he was like, you guys are the most important people to me. Like, he didn't want any of them to have to inherit his Titan. Like, he was completely talking about like he was blushing. He loved them. Something changed. And we talked about it earlier. I think it's the future memories thing again. I think somehow, or his conversation with Zeke somehow, they said that they wanted to infiltrate Paradis in general. Did they already infiltrate and then Eren went off on his own? Or was it Eren went solely by himself and then they all came with him? Part of my thinking is they all went, they infiltrated, Eren went and talked to Zeke kind of secretly somehow, and then Zeke sort of revealed something, maybe a plan that Marley has, and it made Eren think, oh, this has to happen now. Because the thing that Eren keeps mentioning every time we see him is, if only I had more time, every single time. And I think Eren in the 3 years in between maybe was like, okay, we can have another hope, we can have another idea. But as the time passed, he was like, I'm gonna die and then this is just gonna keep going. Like I said, I'm gonna end it. So yeah, I think Eren either A, is running out of time and decided this is the only option, but the harshness of him makes me think he had some sort of new future memory or a new plan with Zeke that made him act a different way. Also, as for Jean's stylish hat, really loved it. Big fan. But I'm gonna go with future memory. What are you thinking?
I think betrayal. I think in that moment where all of his friends decided, all right, someone's gonna have to eat Eren, and if he doesn't listen to us and, kind of goes off on his own,
He wasn't there for that.
No, he wasn't there for that. I think maybe that happens in the future. Eren decides on a plan, tries to convince all of them of it. They all collectively disagree with him, and that betrayal is what prompts the shift.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But let's go to our final question. Brian McClure asks, what do you think of Zeke's plan? Do you think Eren was right to oppose it? Do you think his plan would work? The one where Historia inherits a beast titan and they do a mini rumbling and then they build up their army and Historia has as many babies as possible.
I mean, I feel like it sounds awful. I get that it's like they're kind of in a last resort position. My concern is how long it takes to get a Titan shifter to the point where they're able to have such control over their abilities, and without Zeke there to coach Historia. I mean, he could try to instruct her beforehand, but they don't even know if she would be able to do it or how long it would take her to be able to trigger the rumbling.
Do you think that the mini rumbling to show the world, hey, we can do this while they build their army, do you think that would have worked?
Yeah, I do think a mini rumbling kind of showing we have this ability. I mean, it's the same thing everyone else is doing. These are our weapons.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's kind of, unfortunately, the way the world works. This is an example of how much damage we could do, but we're not going to, so let's talk.
I guess it's a little different when they have millions of building-sized people that are able to attack. That's an unheard of weapon.
Yes, but the mini aspect of it, they would only need a couple and say all right, and we have hundreds of thousands more.
Yeah, so I think that the plan would work. Fascinating. But I think that's where we're going to leave it for this episode. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed that episode and are excited for more episodes moving forward. Our next episode is going to be coming this Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's episode 11 of season 4. If you can't wait and want to watch that episode right now, check out the Patreon linked in the description below, where they are already posted in their extended uncut forms, including the rest of season 4 part 1 and possibly into the future. All right, I think that's about it. Are we excited for season 4 episode 11 of Attack on Titan?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.